in Sweden, Greta rose to fame for her dedication to fighting climate change. At just 16, she started a protest outside the Swedish parliament with a sign that read, "Schools strike for climate." Her single act of defiance quickly grew into a global movement, inspiring countless young people to join her fight for environmental action. Recently, a curious event involving Greta caught the attention of social media. A blogger discovered a photo from 1898 showing three children drawing water from a well in Yukon, Canada. In this old image, one of the children bears an uncanny resemblance to Greta Thunberg. The striking similarities between the two, such as facial features and hairstyle, sparked a flurry of online speculation about time travel. While these theories are intriguing, they remain purely speculative and not supported by any scientific evidence. The resemblance between Greta and the girl in the historical photo has become a topic of humorous and imaginative discussions online. However, it's important to note that this connection is more likely a coincidence rather than proof of time travel. Greta Thunberg continues to be a powerful voice in the fight against climate change, and her influence is felt worldwide. Her activism has inspired a new generation to advocate for the planet's future. Number 12. The 1941 Bridge Reopening. In November 1941, a crowd gathered to celebrate the reopening of the South Fork Bridge in British Columbia, Canada. A photograph taken at this event has become the center of an intriguing mystery that continues to puzzle people today. Among the crowd of people dressed in typical 1940s attire, one man stands out. He wears a t-shirt and sunglasses, holding what appears to be a modern camera. His outfit and accessories look strikingly out of place for the era, leading some to speculate that he might be a time traveler from the future. The photo remained largely unknown until 2004, when it was first exhibited at the Bra Lorne Pioneer Museum. It gained widespread attention in 2010 after being digitized and shared online, sparking intense debate and theories. Many internet users were quick to point out the man's seemingly anachronistic appearance. His sunglasses, in particular, look more like modern wraparound shades than anything typically worn in the 1940s. The camera he's holding also appears more compact and advanced than those commonly used at the time. However, skeptics have offered more grounded explanations. They argue that all elements of the man's outfit and equipment, including the sunglasses and camera, were indeed available in 1941, albeit not common. A reminder that fashion and technology don't always progress linearly, and what seems modern to us might have roots further back in history than we realize. Number 11. Victor Goddard, RAF pilot's temporal adventure. Victor Goddard was a Royal Air Force pilot, known for his intriguing experience during World War I. One of his first unusual encounters occurred when he reviewed photographs taken during a squadron gathering. To his shock, a deceased aviation mechanic named Freddie Jackson appeared in the front row of the photo, despite having died in a propeller accident just days earlier. Years later, Goddard faced another puzzling event. He was sent to inspect an old airfield in Drem, Scotland. The site, once a bustling military base during World War I, had become a rundown farm. While flying over the area, Goddard encountered a strange storm with unusual brownish-yellow clouds. Suddenly, his plane lost control and plunged into the storm. When the storm cleared, Goddard found himself back over the Drem airfield, but the scene had transformed dramatically. The once abandoned airfield was now fully operational, with newly painted yellow planes and airport staff wearing blue uniforms instead of the old brown ones. This modernized scene seemed to leap 4 years into the future. Goddard's return to Andover was met with skepticism. His superiors and colleagues dismissed his account as imagination. However, his description matched the real changes that occurred at the Drem airfield 4 years later. In 1939, the airfield was indeed reopened. The planes were painted yellow, and RAF mechanics had switched to blue uniforms. Goddard's experience has led some to speculate about time travel, as his account predicted changes that would only occur years later. Whether it was an extraordinary vision or a glimpse into the future, Goddard's story continues to captivate those interested in unexplained phenomena. Number 10. The Salamanca Astronaut. In Salamanca, Spain, a church has become the center of an intriguing mystery. The church features a peculiar stone carving of an astronaut, which has baffled many due to its anachronistic appearance. The church was built in the early 12th century, a time long before space travel was even imagined. The astronaut sculpture, with its detailed spacesuit and distinctive boots, seems completely out of place in the context of this historic architecture. The discovery of the astronaut carving in the early 12th century church has sparked intense curiosity. The church, designed by architect Episcop de Salamanca, was constructed well before the concept of astronauts and space travel emerged. This disconnect between the sculpture and its historical context raises questions. How could such a modern figure appear in an ancient church? The most accepted explanation is that the astronaut carving was added during a restoration in the late 20th century. A restorer, looking to mark the modern touch of their work, included the astronaut as a symbol of contemporary space exploration. This addition was meant to highlight the church's restoration and modern relevance. However, this explanation has not satisfied everyone. Some conspiracy theorists believe that the presence of the astronaut in such an old setting is not merely a coincidence. They argue that it might be evidence of time travel or a hidden connection to advanced ancient knowledge. This theory suggests that the carving could imply a mysterious phenomenon, like a time traveler leaving a mark in an unexpected place. While the idea of time travel is fascinating, the most plausible explanation remains the modern edition of the astronaut by the late 20th century restorer. Number 9. Puzzling paintings of iPhones before their time. In the world of art, two paintings have stirred curiosity with their unusual depictions that some believe hint at time travel. The first is Mr. Pynchon and the Settling of Springfield, painted by American artist Alberto Romano in 1937. This painting shows William Pynchon, an English merchant, arriving in 1620s North America. Among the figures is a Native American man holding an object that strikingly resembles a modern iPhone. The Native American seems to be examining the object with great interest, even scrolling with his thumb. Romano, who passed away in 1982, created this work well before the iPhone was invented in 2007. This has led to speculation that the painting might suggest time travel. Some viewers argue that the object could be a small mirror rather than a futuristic device. Nonetheless, the similarity between the object and a smartphone has sparked widespread debate. Another intriguing example is Ferdinand J. Waldmüller's painting, The Expected One, created in the 1860s. This artwork features a young girl holding a small object in her hand that resembles a modern mobile phone. The light shining from the object bears a resemblance to contemporary phone screens, which has led some to question whether Waldmüller was making a surreal prediction about the future. Art historians have suggested that the object might actually be a hymn book, which was common in religious art of that time. But the resemblance to a modern phone screen remains striking. These paintings challenge our understanding of history and art, raising questions about whether these details are coincidences or if they hint at something more mysterious. What do you think about these paintings? Do they suggest time travel, or is there another explanation? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Number 8. Swiss watch in Ming Dynasty tomb. In 2008, archaeologists in Shanxi, China, made an unusual discovery while excavating a sealed Ming Dynasty tomb, untouched for over 400 years. Among the ancient artifacts, they found a tiny gold object resembling a modern watch, no larger than a ring. What made this discovery even more puzzling was the word Swiss engraved on the back of the watch, a reference that didn't exist during the Ming Dynasty era. The Ming Dynasty ruled China between